So Final Fantasy Airlines finally gets its reoccurrence of one of its strongest members. Keiss, however you want to say it, returns to us with his Lost Chapters LD and LD extension boards. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on in. As always, big shout out to the Tom Marion Troop for the lovely infographic that we'll be displaying in this video. Lovely group of people. If you are not following them on any of their social media platforms such as the Facebook and or Reddit, or giving their website a check-see, make sure you go do so, as they're a lovely group of people and very helpful to the community. So Keiss's biggest role was offering launch support, making specific launch comps very powerful and very usable. With his recurrence here with his LD, it is a 4-hit single target brave, single target HP attack, followed up by a 6-hit single target brave, single target HP attack with 50% splash damage that inflicts a brand new frame debuff, which inflicts a sap, as well as recovering the entire party's brave based off of 10% of the damage dealt during the launch. Now this right here is extremely potent and very powerful, and pretty much just gives Keiss, I'm going to go through all the pronunciations, gives him basically what he needed to make launch teams viable now. That brave recovery in the end is one, absurd, because it helps out other launch specific characters who don't offer brave battery to the party, like Cloud, and as well as allowing you to keep yourself alive if you do end up launching right before the enemy takes their turn, as well as assisting in even more damage to get the numbers up even higher, which Keiss already did really, really well, now has a better means of doing this now. Now, the same cons that he had before still lie here. Outside of launch-specific comps, Keiss isn't really going to be offering too much for the party. A solid character and can still get the job done regardless, but at the same time, if you're not running a launch-specific setup, you might want to just end up running someone else. He's very team-specific, and he's also not beginner-friendly. You need to have the understanding of how he works to really get the most out of him. So make sure that you're really utilizing him to his strengths. And also keep in mind going forward that we are going to be seeing some Lufenia bosses that do resist launching. They are completely immune to launching, so Keiss's usability in those will probably just be kind of out the window. Overall though, one of the best friends that you could possibly have, a very strong LD call, especially if you are running a launch comp that you don't find him fitting for that specific Lufenia for whatever reason. He fits really well as an LD call, and it's just a pretty good LD call in general. Overall, what Keiss does, he does it phenomenally, and he will assist the party in doing ungodly amounts of damage. So much damage so that you're able to blitz down Lufenia orbs because of how much damage you're doing. Especially with specific setups for Cloud's burst phase, where you're consistently using finishing touch, you're gonna get a lot of damage out of that. But again, that all ties back to how team specific he really is and how much you need to utilize him to his strengths. Otherwise, this phenomenal character just needs specific coordination to make the best out of it. Now before we hop out, let's go ahead and talk about the banner. The banner itself is solid. Zidane is kind of outdated, but Cloud does refeature here, although he will return shortly at some point with another Start Dash banner that will refeature his LD and Burst. So if you're pulling for Cloud, that's the better time to do so. But if you're pulling for Keiss and you're missing a bit of Cloud's gear, hey, it's not a bad banner to get it on, specifically. And the fact that he's synergy for this specific event to be run alongside of Keiss for like the challenge quest is actually really good. And Paladin Tessel's Burst is here as well. So overall, it's a solid banner. Again, you're mostly going to be pulling for Keiss, but a good takeaway is getting any of Cloud's gear before his Start Dash return. But if you want to pull for Cloud specifically, and you don't really care too much for Keiss, this is not the banner. Just wait until the Start Dash comes back, which will have his LD and Burst there, alongside of, I'm pretty sure, Squall's and Lightning's LD and Burst. They will all be there as well. That's usually how that goes. So if you're pulling for Cloud specifically, wait for that. If you want Keiss, Cloud is a good consolation prize off of this banner. But there we go, guys. That'll pretty much wrap it up for me on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.